Hello friends and welcome to my kitchen. Today we'll be making copycat Texas Roadhouse rolls. So we're Canadian and we don't have any Texas Roadhouse restaurants here, but we have enjoyed them several times when we've been traveling in the US and have gone out for a family steak dinner together. And one of the things that we enjoy is the rolls that they give at the beginning. And they're so soft and tasty and yummy, and they give it with a cinnamon butter. So I'm going to recreate those for our Christmas dinner. And I got a recipe off the web of a copycat recipe for them. So we're gonna try it out. So first you'll want to proof your yeast. So I have half a cup of warm water. And to that I'll add 4 teaspoons of yeast and a teaspoon of sugar. So you need the sugar to help the yeast break down. So a teaspoon of sugar and 4 teaspoons of the yeast. Now I'll let that sit for about 10 minutes. And on the stove, I already heated up 2 cups of milk and 3 tablespoons of butter. So we want that to be heated and then cool down so that it won't kill the yeast, but you want it to be able to put your finger in it. So I have that ready to add. I have 2 eggs. We'll be needing some salt, 2 teaspoons, I believe. Yeah, 2 teaspoons of salt. And it calls for half a cup of sugar, but I'll put honey in instead. I might do like a third of a cup of honey. So we'll add those things in. I've got my mixer here and all-purpose flour. The flour you'll need 6 to 8 cups, so it'll depend on the consistency and the humidity that you have at home. So you'll want to add flour until it pulls away from the bowl and makes a nice dough. All right, so my yeast is proofed with the warm water and sugar, so that's ready. I'm going to crack my eggs in. And I also have my warm milk and butter. Now I'll whisk all this together. And we'll measure out the honey. So like I said, I'll do a third of a cup probably. So now all we have left is the salt and the flour. So the salt is 2 teaspoons. So about 2 teaspoons. I've made these rolls 3 or 4 times before and they really came out well. Putting the milk and the eggs in them, it just gives it a nice rich flavor. And yeah, I found it very similar to the Texas Roadhouse ones. I'll just add 1 cup now and whisk it, and then I'll put it on my KitchenAid with the dough hook after. said anywhere from 6 to 8 cups of flour. So I'm at 6. It's still not in a dough. It's not coming away from the sides of the bowl. So I'll add in another cup. And then we'll see after the 7th how it looks. So I'll add in another half a cup. So I ended up using all 8 cups of flour. So now I'm just going to transfer the dough into a greased bowl. And we'll put a cover on it, just a tea towel, and let it rise until it's doubled in size. So I'm going to put it in a warm place in the kitchen. We'll let it rise. I'll show you what it looks like. It should come up just to the brim of the bowl. Okay guys, look at the dough. It's definitely doubled. It's been about an hour, I'd say, maybe an hour and 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do, punch it down, and I've already greased my surface on the counter so that it doesn't stick. I'm going to divide it in 2 parts. Roll it into rectangles 1/2 inch, and then slice them into squares, which is usually how Texas Roadhouse has them. They're like kind of square shape. And I've got 2 pans over here that are greased and ready. And so I'm gonna put the buns on there. We let them rise again until they're doubled in size again, and then we'll put them in the oven. Alright, so here are my 2 pans. I'm going to let them rise again so they get double in size. And then we'll put them in a 350-degree oven. I know they're all like different sizes, but the thickness is the same, more or less. So they should bake evenly. And I like this because it's so much faster than, you know, shaping your rolls into little nice bun size. You just roll this out and cut it up, and super fast. So I have the buns rising a little bit, so they should be ready maybe in half an hour. I'll check if they're doubled in size. And what I wanted to tell you was that I'll link the recipe in the description box below so that you can try them out too. And the website is joecooks.com. And so that's where I took this copycat recipe from. So now we're going to whip up the butter, and the recipe calls for butter, powdered sugar, honey, and cinnamon. So I'm going to leave out the powdered sugar. I've just put the honey in. So I'll just give you a shot here. I have it ready. Half a cup of butter is softened, and a quarter cup of honey, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. So we're going to whip that up just with my hand mixer, and it'll be nice and fluffy to spread on the warm rolls. And also I was going to say these rolls are supposed to freeze really well. So that's actually what I'm going to do with most of them. I'm going to freeze them so for Christmas I can take them out for dinner. And to reheat them once they're thawed, just wrap them in foil and put them in the oven for a little bit. Make sure you wrap them so they don't dry out, and they'll be just as delicious. My hand mixer is ready. I'm going to start on low and slow. And so there it is. It turned out really well. So it tastes really good. It's nice and airy to spread well on the rolls. And I'm not going to waste this on the beaters. When we have our warm rolls, I'll just wipe it off like that. No wasting. Here are the rolls. They've definitely doubled in size. They've gotten higher up. So they're definitely an inch or more. So my oven is preheated at 350. I'm going to put them in for 15 to 20 minutes until they're golden on the top. And then I'll have some butter ready to put some butter on the top when they come out of the oven. Look at my rolls. They look beautiful. Maybe this one is not quite browned enough. I'm going to put this one in for another minute, and we'll put the butter on those ones. So I'm going to use a very professional method here to put the butter on. You just take the butter like this and just melt it on.
Now, me and Mommy were gonna try some of her Texas Roadhouse buns. So we've got a little bit of this butter on the spatula, so we could just
On the beater.
On the beater, so we don't waste any.
Yeah.
Of this deliciousness. Actually, I don't know if it's delicious because I haven't tried it yet. But are you gonna try it?
Yes. Yep. Here. So this one looks like nice and airy, fluffy. Smells so good. So we're cleaning the butter off the beater.
It almost feels like we went back to Texas Roadhouse.
Do you remember the last time we were there?
Mm-hmm. When we went to Wyoming.
Oh, we went to Wyoming, September. Okay.
I give this a 9.6 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Really good.
And even just alone without the butter.
Thank you for watching today's video. If you want to try out this recipe, it will be linked in the description box below. And if you like these types of videos, please be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss what's happening in Mary's kitchen. Until then, may God bless you with his love, joy, peace, and good health. Bye.